Caleb up. I want to get you guys to give Caleb Kramer some honor here. This is Caleb. Like, if you see The Wizard of Oz, like, I'm the guy behind the curtain. Like, he's the great and powerful Oz. Like, he's the guy that's making all of this stuff happen, thinking through all the details, putting on a great event. Honestly, ministry does not happen in life group submissions without this man. You make my life, my calling so much easier, and you're also a lot of fun to hang out with. So, man, I love you. I appreciate you.
Man, what a great turnout. I'm so glad that you guys are here. I'm super excited to, just share a little bit with you guys. Like you said, my name is Caleb Kramer, and when we were over the first part, the question was, who is somebody that's poured into your life? Man, I started thinking about that. I thought about a guy named Jeremy. See, my wife and I, we weren't always great with our finances. We didn't honor God with our finances. We would come to church and we would tithe. Not really. We'd maybe give a little bit on occasion, but we just kind of wasted our money. And there was a message here at church, and we really felt convicted. We knew we should honor God with our finances. So we began to tithe, and I started listening to a guy named Dave Ramsey. Anybody know Dave Ramsey? Woo-hoo! Great guy, but I can only listen to him so much, and I don't know what this means. How do I actually live this out? What does this look like to have envelopes and snowballs and all sorts of stuff? But Jeremy, a guy that I used to work with, he knew. He'd been doing Dave Ramsey for 10 years. So while I was on baby step 1, Jeremy was on baby step 400 something. I don't know what he was on. He was way out there. And so it was me seeking him out, hey, Jeremy, how did you guys do this? How did you guys do that? And through that mentor relationship that I had with him, my wife and I, we got our finances under control. We got to a place where we were tithing regularly. We were giving above our offering. We were being able to be generous with our money. We were able to pay all our bills. We were able to pay off all of our debt. And what's great about that is I wouldn't be standing up here before you today if none of that happened. I had a really good job. I was a well-paying job. I would not have been able to take this position if we hadn't paid all our debt off. If we didn't have savings in our account where we can begin to take this step of faith, trust God in our finances, I wouldn't be here today. So the relationship that Jeremy and I had lives beyond me and him having conversations at work. I get to be a part of something that God has called me to, and it wouldn't have happened unless I had a mentor. And so, while finances, I've got that now. I'm able to walk other people through that. Physical health, I don't know if it's an LGLM thing, I'm not good at that either. I like donuts on Sundays, and I like pizza and ice cream. I know I should eat chicken and vegetables, but it's really easy to know it, but it's a lot more difficult to live it out. But there are people here today that, man, you know what that looks like. You live that out every day. You live out eating chicken and steak, and Kilo eats vegetables, 12 times a day. And people know how to live a healthy life, how to honor God with their physical health. Maybe you're sitting here, man, you've had a great marriage. You know what it takes to have a successful marriage. You've been able to work through conflict, go through the ups and downs of marriage, because marriage is tough. It's not always easy. You can step into that. You can step into being a marriage mentor. Maybe you're a parent and you've raised God-fearing children. They are followers of Christ. They've grown up and successful. They're kind. They're well-mannered. You know how to parent. You know how to raise a kid in a God-centered home. See, what's great about mentoring is that it lives beyond you. You don't just mentor with a married couple. You are changing generations, because that married couple that they've never had a good example, they don't know what it looks like to have a successful marriage. You mentor them, they begin to live that out. You know who sees that? Their kids see it. Now their kids grow up knowing what it looks like to work through conflict, what it looks like to be a good husband, what it looks like to be a good wife, and know what it looks like to be a good parent, because when we begin to pour into that, it lives beyond us. We're never going to know outside of eternity the impact that the night has as we step into those mentor relationships. And some of us, we've been following Christ our whole lives. I've been a Christian since I can remember. But there are people that come into this church, man, they raise their hand and they don't know what to do. What do I do next? There are people that have followed Christ a long time in this room. You know what it looks like to read your Bible, to study the Word, to get into a prayer life, to take Christ with you wherever you go, to live out your walk. But someone that raises their hand on the weekend, they may not know. It's stepping into that, being available, taking that step to saying, yes, I want to be available. Yes, I want to show up in your life so I can help you. And lead you where God has led me. It's taking that step. And it's easy. We've heard, right? We've given the steps. It's easy to do this, guys. We just got to make that step. And so, like, I'm going to talk about the other side here. Red side. It says rewrite on top. You know, maybe I talked about all 5 of these, but maybe there's an area I haven't talked about. Maybe like, man, you know what, Caleb? I didn't score a 4 or 5 or really anything. I don't know if I'm good at that, but God's brought you through something. We all have experiences. God has given us, each and every one of us, unique talents, unique gifts, and unique experiences that we can use to mentor others. So there's a blank spot. If not one of those is listed, write it down. Maybe you've been sober for 2 years. You know, maybe that's it. Maybe you've gone through the grief process and maybe you've lost a loved one and you know what it takes to get through that. There are other ways that you can mentor aside from these 5 things. So what I want you to do, you're going to fill this out. One or the other side. We talked about the book. It's not up here anymore. The Mentor Field Guide. Right outside these doors. You're going to go out there, drop this off. This isn't a, I want more information, sign up. This is, I want to step into mentoring. Whether that's with one of our mission partners, whether that's mentoring here within the church. It's time, guys. It's time to stop sitting on the sidelines. It's time to step into this, okay? So fill that out, drop it off out there. We're going to have our mission partners out there. If you have any questions, talk to one of our mission partners. Talk to John. Talk to one of the staff. But guys, it's time to take a step. So with that, I just want to say thank you guys for coming out tonight. Stefan's going to come up here and share a little bit with us before we leave. I just want to thank you guys so much from the bottom of my heart. Like, it's exciting. Like, this is the day, guys. Tonight's the night when we make a change in South Oklahoma City. All right? Guys, help me. I'm going to welcome our kid, the pastor, Stefan Reed.